You're pimping out your sister?
Well, you were pimping out my mother.
Yes, because she was sleeping with my brother, but your sister.
Everything's going to be fine. No one's going to get hurt. No one is going to get hurt.
It's time for the useless news.
Useless news.
Right here on the Big Dumb Fun Show. Venkman reporting.
Venkman. This is the Useless News on the Big Dumb Fun Show, as always sponsored by Uncle Rusty's Pure Pork Salsa. A stage hypnotist claims that he can help women increase the size and firmness of their breasts through mind power alone. Yeah?
Whoa, wait a second. What?
Yeah.
He can make my boobs, if I just think really hard,
if
my
you
boobs will
think
get
about
bigger.
your boobs getting bigger, they will get bigger.
I don't need that.
That goes for you too, JD.
I need my boobs bigger.
You can have some of mine.
David Knight, wouldn't it be, everyone always says that. It's like, oh, you can have some of my, especially women, like, oh, I take some, I got some left over. So, wouldn't it be weird if you could actually do that? Like, go into a doctor's office and be like, hey, I want to have 30% of what she's got. Just put that right into mine. Wouldn't that be weird? Do you think they could actually do that instead of silicone? Just take somebody else's, like, boob material?
I don't know. They could take the fat from your belly and put it in your butt, so why not?
But could they put it in somebody else's butt?
I don't know.
That's dirty. Because like an organ, you could reject the organ. I wonder if somebody else would reject your boob fat. David Knight claims women can enlarge their bust up to
like
2 cup sizes.
Bustin', I cannot lie.
2 cup sizes. How would that do for you, Kelly?
I really only want like 1.5.
Too bad this is 2. By undergoing hypnosis, reports The Sun, and The Sun doesn't lie. The entertainer says by listening to his CD set, customers can experience significant changes in size within 12 weeks. Mr. Knight from North Ullerton, Yorkshire, claims that 85% success rate based on customer feedback. All dudes, though, which is weird. He is so confident of the technique that he offers a money-back guarantee if you can find him in North Ullerton, Yorkshire. He says every lady's breasts have been grown by the mind. The mind grows it so the mind can enhance it. Fact. He's quoting facts.
Really? I didn't tell my boobs to get this big, so...
No, you thought about it and it happened.
I did not think
You did.
about it. I did not.
Believe it or not, you did.
Okay.
However, his business was highlighted in a BBC program explaining how easy it is to register as an accredited hypnotherapist without qualifications. The episode of Inside Out featured presenter Chris Jackson registering his cat, George, as a hypnotist with several seemingly professional industry organizations. Mr. Knight complained they could have tried it before saying it categorically didn't work. So, the BBC trying to disprove this by saying a cat could be a hypnotist, but they didn't actually try to make their boobs bigger. You know who we need to get on this? Wolf Blitzer. Or Larry King. Pad up those overalls. Or those, what does he wear? Suspenders a little bit, don't you think?
Yeah.
Are you going to go to the hypnotist, Kelly?
They make my boobs bigger?
Yeah.
Would it be cheaper than a boob job?
Well, they might be able to help you quit smoking, too.
We don't want that. She's not a nice person.
For those of you that are upset about the year 2012, a lot of people think that the year is going to end in the year 2012. In fact, they've actually pinned a date on it.
12.
December 21st, or 12th?
December 21st, 12.
9 days before my flippin' birthday. I'm so pissed.
2012. Apollinario Chili Pixton, who's a Mayan elder, says the date will not bring to the end of the world, despite claims that the Mayan calendar shows that time will, quote, run out. I came back from England last year, and they had me fed up, and man, they had me fed up.
Generic's here!
Generic has entered the building.
Did you bring me a cheeseburger?
I came back from England last year. They had me fed up with this stuff, he told the Daily Telegraph. Mr. Pixton, a Guatemalan, says the doomsday theories spring from Western, not Mayan ideas. A significant time period for the Mayans does end on the date, and enthusiasts have found a series of astronomical anomalies, alignments, that coincide in 2012. So they're kind of putting one, mixing it with another. The Mayan civilization, based in modern-day Mexico and Central America, reached its height from 380 to 980 and had a talent for astronomy. Its long count calendar begins in 3114 BC, marking time in roughly 394-year periods known as Batkins.
Yeah, this was back when their day planners were made out of stone. Okay? Did anybody look on the footnotes? Does it say day planner anywhere there?
Maybe Franklin Covey.
They did not have Franklin Covey's in here.
I thought it was Covey.
It probably is. The Mayan stone tablet found in Mexico in the 1960s says something is supposed to be happening involving Bolan Yoke, the god of war and creation, in 2012. Thank God Obama's got the Nobel Peace Prize. Save us from this. The end of the prophecy is illegible, so they can't read it. Apparently,
I don't know. John Cusack seems to be fighting it pretty hard.
The last paragraph.
The planets are going to fly and terrible things. Dogs and cats.
Living together.
Yeah.
Mass hysteria. It's a special anniversary of creation, said David Stewart, a specialist in Mayan epigraphy at the University of Texas. The Maya never said the world was going to end. They never said anything bad would happen. They're just recording this future anniversary on Monument 6. I don't know what the hell that means. That's just how it got quoted.
Yeah.
That's far too smart
for me. You take the Mayan civilization, you break it down to a soundbite.
Exactly. Well, the Mayan calendar, you got to think. If I'm going to go into a room and write a calendar and just start writing it out, just, what I think, just put the calendar on there just to keep track of it. It's got to end somewhere. I'm going to die sometime. It's going to happen sometime.
Well, what? The end of what?
The end of the world.
How is that? Because Jerry Bruckheimer said so?
Valentine's Day. From Livonia, Michigan, a deer took a leap through a window at a Michigan restaurant Sunday, making lunch a bit more animated for diners. Surveillance cameras were rolling as the deer jumped through a window in
Medicine's
Livonia.
on.
I'll have that, see?
I'll have what he's having. Man, that is fresh! The deer...
Like the lobsters where they just pull them out of the tank, they just bring the deer to the restaurant.
Bring it on in!
Down to the Texans happen to be in the restaurant.
The deer crashed through the window, ran through the restaurant, and pushed its way through the front doors all under 10 seconds. The waitress said the whole incident scared the crap out of her. The news is saying, quote, scared the crap out of her. But she's glad no one got hurt, and the deer was delicious. What? They quoted her saying scared the crap out of her.
What scared the crap out of me?
Afterwards, they're like, wait a second.
Hold on.
You're dropping.
How exactly did you...
This was a little larger.
Wow. Just to verify, fact-checking, the crap did get scared right out of her. Some customers
Did you Google
scrambled.
that?
Yeah. While others stared in amazement. I saw the thing running from me. It turned last second. I thought I was going to get nailed by the thing, said one of the customers. There was a trail of blood from the deer, but no one knows where it came from or where it went. The restaurant is closed for the rest of Sunday.
Nine restaurant customers waiting for a seat quickly.
I wonder if they comped those meals that day.
Probably.
What do you think? Like, hey, I know
We're
that...
responsible for wild game breaking into the
I'll say we're not responsible for deers slamming through the window and causing a ruckus in the restaurant. That'll still be $29.99. Did they tip the waitress? That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
And that's all Kelly wants to know.
I don't care. I don't wait tables anymore. I'm just kidding. Allie, who's at work right now.
Aw, my poor
If you happen to
roommate.
be on your way to Longhorn Steakhouse in Leawood, tip Aloysius very heavily, and then we'll make her buy us booze.
My name is Venkman. That's the Useless News on the Big Dumb Fun Show. Submit your own stuff to the show by sending me an email, uselessnews@bigdumbfunshow.com.